What's up, guys? It's the Tyrant King here, back with another episode of my Formula 1 My Team career mode. Now, in this video, we are going to be doing the not the Australian Grand Prix, we just did that one. We're going to be doing the Imola Sprint Weekend. The first sprint weekend we're going to do and hopefully it goes well. So, let's get into the
We've got an issue we'd like your input on.
new race weekend. So then, here we are for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix qualifying 1 session. Now, of course, new qualifying layout. We've got Q1, Q2, Q3. Then we've got it's on the Friday now. So then we've got the sprint race. And overall, it's just very different. It's going to be interesting to see how the mechanics of this work on the F1 game. Of course, this is my first ever sprint weekend. Because, of course, last race was only a mini race. So let's get into qualifying 1. So, starting our first lap here at Imola, a track that I feel I'm very strong at. Although, to be fair, I said that around Saudi Arabia and then only qualified P16. So, hopefully I can do a bit better than that, and I've already gone off. I'm just going to keep it. It's only going to take a few seconds off the delta after all. And if I don't qualify last, I know I've got some serious pace when I can hold it together. Which is the best news. But of course, if I'm last, we really won't know. Because we don't know how much time I lost through turn 2. Nearly lost the car through the fast chicane there, and this is going to be probably one of the longest episodes, as you know, it's Imola. It's a longish race, and there's a sprint. So, up to the line. It's actually pretty fast. We're ahead of Norris. We're just behind Russell. So considering we went off, I'm happy with that. Let's see how much time I can gain if I stay on track. I'd lose time. I'll box and go out again at the end of the session with a new set of tyres. And also try not to run wide through the Villeneuve chicane. Wait, what? What was that? I don't know if the AI is okay. I'm just gonna let Leclerc through because I don't want him to catch us on our lap and potentially, you know, send it into turn 1. And we know the Ferrari is faster in a straight line. This straight is probably going to be one of our biggest pains in this race, as we don't have the straight line speed that the other teams do. Struggle to turn the car into the corner there. Like, but hopefully we can start gaining time throughout the lap. Of course, I think we were pretty fast, but clearly not. We're only P19. Into Ravazza now. Hopefully, we can make the best of the exit We do get good exit. It's not going to be enough, though. Is it? Was that enough? 20th? What? I gained 7 tenths and I was in P19. And I'm still only... Wait. I don't think that's right. That's now the third time this year, sorry, we've been knocked out in Q1. It just goes to show that we're clearly better on race pace. Right, see you for the sprint race.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and a very happy Carlos Sainz will start second. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Perez, George Russell, and Hamilton. Fernando Alonso, Mick Schumacher, Bottas, and Lando Norris. Hülkenberg, Magnussen, Sebastian Vettel, and Gasly. Tsunoda, Joe, Daniel Ricciardo, and Esteban Ocon. Stroll, the owner driver, Albon, and Nicholas Latifi. Which of these drivers will get pole position today? We'll soon find out.
So, the 5 lights are on. And it's lights out and away we go. We get a very good start, actually. A very good getaway. Trying to get the slipstream off Ocon to maybe pull us in front of Lance Stroll. And I've hit the grass. On the outside, I'm going to swoop round Ocon and Stroll. I get a warning for a collision with Latifi. And we've also made contact with Albon. There's now Esteban Ocon. Tries to cover us off, and we've hit Alex Albon. Latifi is ahead. Now, if you don't see why, it's because the recording completely stopped, but now Ocon's at the back. He's a triple overtake by Latifi. As now we're back into P20 by the end of the lap, as they're just flying ahead now. There's nothing we can do about it. Ocon now having a look up the inside as he hits us. We go off into the barriers.
Are you okay? That was a big one. Confirm you're okay.
Esteban Ocon has crashed into us, going into the fast left-hander at the peak of the track. Let's see what actually happened. As you can see, we just clip the grass and we turn in, and yeah, we're off track already at that angle. So if we look again here from Ocon's view, I think, does he lock up? Clearly his car isn't turning as it should be, and we just power off into the gravel. Oh yeah, he does lock up and hit us.
Let's have a quick look at how the driver's standings have changed. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. Let's move on to the constructors. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, good work from Aston Martin this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. Well, that wraps up the sprint. All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
So, I guess I'll just see you for the Grand Prix.
Welcome once again to the Autodromo Internazionale Enzo e Dino Ferrari. The clue's in the name. This is very much Ferrari home turf, and the locals will be out in force today to support their team in what we hope will be a magnificent spectacle of motorsport. On then to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Verstappen, Perez, George Russell, and Hamilton, Fernando Alonso, Bottas, Norris, and Kevin Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Vettel, Pierre Gasly, and Ricciardo, Mick Schumacher, Joe, Yuki Tsunoda, and Lance Stroll, Ocon, Albon, Latifi, and the owner driver. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
Okay, now that we've got some good points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
So, we're going to be starting on the medium tire and going on to the hards, and I'm not even going to lie, I did some off-camera practice between the sprint and the race, just so that I know I can do a good job in the race. Now, time to set out for the formation lap. Okay, so here we are at Ravazza, I think it is. Imagine if I've been calling it the wrong name this whole weekend. That would be funny. We're going to be lining up in our grid slot now. Of course, we're on the right-hand side. So I'm going to want to face as forwards as possible. And we are the last car on the grid. So, the lights are on. There's lights out and away we go now. Good start by us.
Okay,
As Latifi is going to cut us off. We're going to go on to the outside of Latifi. Hopefully we can also get up the inside of a few cars as we absolutely send it into turn 1. We send it up the inside of Stroll, who then cuts us off there. We're going to go around the outside of 2 cars into the Villeneuve chicane. Brilliant start by us. Now we can go around the outside of Zhou Guanyu. And also, hopefully... Oh no, Zhou Guanyu's going to get us off of the exit. Now I'm going to dive down the inside of Zhou Guanyu. We do make substantial contact. But hopefully we can now go around the outside of both the Haas and the McLaren as the Haas actually pushes us wide.
On track, resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are so far no plans for a safety car.
Schumacher makes slight contact with us. We're already on a roll in this race, up into P40. So on the exit we go very wide and then come back right next to Pierre Gasly. Then we're going to go around the outside of Pierre and run wide again. But It's the nature of that final chicane.
Gap to your teammate ahead is 4.6 seconds.
Oh, we go a bit wide on the exit there. And that actually results in a problem for us. And now Pierre Gasly trying to go up the inside into the fast left-hander, and we actually keep the position without any off-track activity. And Schumacher and Gasly collide into turn 1, and again I run wide. Schumacher's now ahead of Gasly. And we... Oh. There's Schumacher now. Round the outside. Hits us. We're going to try and hold it like we couldn't when Ocon hit us. And we're now going to try and dive it on the inside on Schumacher. And we've made heavy contact.
I've got some information on Schumacher. Check your MFD for a new strategy option. They're retiring from the race.
That is a problem.
Got that confirmed.
Do you reckon?
Understood. Stopping this lap.
I'm going to try and go to the end on hards.
Okay, Nico's into the pits. Nico
Now, this is either going to pay off or be stupid. And I reckon it'll be stupid at first.
And it looks like the pit crew are out in the lane and ready to perform their magic on the car. They're going to be aiming to achieve the fastest pit stop time possible.
Now we go into the box. And, of course, because Nico is in, it's going to be very slow. As that is not a very fast stop at all. And now we're out of the pit lane. But only a 6.6, that's actually good.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track.
Ooh, so some of the top cars are actually still on the mediums. Old mediums.
Okay, we're looking at some gearbox wear, so try to keep the number of shifts to a minimum, please.
So the top cars will be suffering on those mediums on the restart and will most likely box very soon. So I'm looking at everybody ahead, bar Leclerc, pitting again in this race. So we are in a net P2. Ooh, that's nice.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap.
So, safety car in this lap, and it's going to be very difficult for me to keep Latifi and Stroll behind. It's going to be very difficult for me to overtake Tsunoda and Zhou Guanyu. So, green flag racing, and yeah. They have so much more grip out of the corners because they're on such better tyres. And Latifi is behind, trying to get past. There's actually a big scuffle ahead. Hopefully we can pick our way through that. And I think it's the Alpine and the McLaren in front. Sonoda round the outside of Zhou Guanyu into the Villeneuve chicane. We are going to go up the inside of the pair of... No, we're not. We're not that... We've not got that much... that much will. As Stroll and Latifi now side by side.
The underbody's taken a little damage. Just watch out for it.
Both trying to get past. And there, Ocon got pushed wide. We have underbody damage. Sonoda now on the attack. We're going to get the slipstream, though, towards turn 1. As into turn 1, we're going to go round the outside. And we actually make contact. So, not our fault at all there that we had to take to the gravel. As Latifi now ahead of Sonoda. As a Mercedes leads the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. This is going to be a very painful end to the race. As now, though, we are up into the podium positions here at Imola. What a turnaround this would be from qualifying 20th and 22nd to then finishing 3rd. That would be brilliant. If I can repass him with
Okay,
the DRS
focus.
trick.
We need to stay on form.
If not, we let it go. But, yeah, we're not gaining enough time on him on the straight, are we? Yeah. That's the end of the podium, boys. This is now a four-way fight for the lead. There's Hamilton, Verstappen, Russell, and the Tyrant King all barrel towards turn 1. And it looks like the Tyrant King is going to stay ahead. But Verstappen gets past
track, but officials aren't looking to
both Mercedes.
Just be careful.
And now there's another 2 cars in the background.
8.9
Fernando Alonso and Sergio Perez joining the party. Verstappen now going around the outside. Do these AI never learn? Never to go around the outside just before a DRS zone.
Leading our teammate by 7.0
So we're now round the outside of Verstappen. Hamilton's around the outside of Verstappen. Hamilton's around the... Oh, there's been contact. I think Verstappen has lost his front wing.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty.
And there's a safety
Slow your
car
pace
on track.
Immediately.
There's a safety car because, yes, Max Verstappen has lost his front wing in turn 1. I think he got pinned between me and Hamilton.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature. And remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
So hopefully, off the restart, we can get a good launch and get past at least... We need to get ahead of Ricciardo. Because then that gives us a bit of a buffer point between Hamilton. So, green flag racing now. And we get a good slipstream from Sainz. But he's getting an even better one from Ricciardo. Ricciardo's going defensive through turn 1. Can we follow Sainz through? Maybe follow Ricciardo through. As we can't get past either of them. We just need to stick behind Ricciardo and Sainz now.
Okay, be careful.
And look
You're gonna
for an
start
opening.
losing some tyre grip anytime now.
Sainz and Ricciardo are now very far ahead of the rest of the pack. Sorry, Leclerc is very far ahead of the rest of the pack already because Ricciardo's tyres are just that old. He's already lost almost 2 seconds.
Okay, Mark here. You're causing unnecessary wear to your transmission. Try to take it easy or we're going to risk losing it.
We're not able to catch Ricciardo at the minute. And Hamilton pulls into the pits. Russell pulls into the pits. Both Mercedes. We must have made contact with both. And Sergio Perez goes down the inside into turn 1. Well, not really turn 1, but turn 1 still technically. He takes P4. We're going to have to just stick with P5 now and hope we can keep ahead of Alonso. And we've just taken side pod damage, which is going to cause some unnecessary drag. And we really push him wide through there. But with that, we get the DRS. And we're now going to power down the main straight in an attempt to keep ahead of Alonso. We do have to slam the door to the outside. And now, hopefully, he doesn't try and look up the inside into the Gilles Villeneuve chicane, as Gasly actually looks up the inside of Alonso there. And, oh, we made some severe contact there, as I had to avoid Gasly. This is utterly unbelievable.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
So Gasly pits, Ocon pits.
Okay,
And it's the final lap.
Final
And there's
of the race.
nobody behind us. We're good. We're safe. Verstappen and
Okay, so we're
Magnussen,
leading our team
they can
by
fight.
3.6 seconds.
We're fine. We have damage. Of course, during that battle, the car was uncontrollable due to the damage. So that's why it was so dirty. And why struggling to brake at every possible turn. The damage has been causing a lack of performance, which has meant that we're struggling to perform and keep it clean. Verstappen sent up the inside as Charles Leclerc wins with a Ferrari 1-2 here at Ferrari's own track. And we're going to come through for P5. Brilliant race.
And that's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
They take the checkered flag then here in Imola in what has been another outstanding Grand Prix. Anthony Davidson, how do you think they were able to set themselves apart today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Here come our winners now, a thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. Let's see how the drivers' standings have changed. Charles Leclerc, currently leading the championship standings, extends his lead even further with this result. Well, after an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I'm going to give it to the owner-driver today. That was a commanding performance today. Very impressive indeed.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari continue to extend the gap at the top of the table. There was also a strong showing from the McLaren team today as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So, Leclerc claiming maximum points again. We're now P7 in the standings. Nico's P19 and Haas get their first points of the season. So Haas jump Aston Martin and Williams. With now Alfa Romeo and, you know, our team in very close competition for P3. So the battle for P3 is really all the way down to P8. We're now P7 in the standings. That was, upon self-reflection, that was the worst race I think I've ever driven. With the crashes and of course the floor damage and the side pod damage made the car unpredictable through a lot of that race. So it was a very difficult drive. Williams, they claimed 4 points this race from Albon, who drove an incredible race starting from, well, P20. But Nico had a 5-second penalty. So wait, Nico finished P11. Wait. No. So take 5 seconds off, that's 22 seconds. He finished P11 on track. Of course, Schumacher and Vettel DNFing. These bottom from 15 down, essentially DNFing. That was a rough race. And I'll see you out next time for Miami.